Go post my why na be you know.
Means you can't prime Buffon, prime Peter Cech, prime Courtois, prime Manonra, and a prime Ike Casillas.
Yeah. Bad deal.
To what's it?
Okay.
Prime Peter Cech or the Chelsea call Allianz Arena Champions League final. Almost 30 shots. Pinte Chelsea J. Evan Sinche. Prime Gianluigi Buffon. World Cup final. Chiche penalties need be against France in Germany.
Italy, yeah.
And then prime Buffon. Prime Manuel Neuer. World Cup. Throughout in Brazil. Germany team and on the main guy imposed for them. Apart from that, Bayern AJ Champions League back and forth has also been him. Then prime Ike Casillas. I mean, Obi and Kofi Madrid, young Madridista, able to take over, winning the World Cup with Spain, La Roya, and then the onslaught with Real Madrid to Orum. That is prime Ike Casillas. Then there's certain Thibaut Courtois, who Sisi Ayekasi, he is the best goalkeeper in the world, undisputed. Sisi Ayekasi, see the goalkeepers in coma. There isn't a single goalkeeper in the world or coming close to Thibaut Courtois. But if you compare him to prime Buffon, prime Cech, prime Neuer, and prime Ike Casillas, Aka Thibaut Courtois top 3 kwano or dan chen or chiri kra or on a feet. Prime of all of these goalkeepers. You need more at least 3 more years of consistency at the highest level. And on unlucky because on the country, of course, we say Peter Cech, the country and man is a consistent performances at the top like that as the other goalkeepers. In 4th place, Gianluigi Buffon. 4th place. And the reason is simple. Gianluigi had the opportunity. I mean, it's a reason we come, but it still goes to the other side.
Maybe down to top approach.
Down bottom up approach.
Okay.
It's the Thibaut Courtois very fit. Now the Gianluigi Buffon are very 4th.
Okay.
Then it's left with Cech, Neuer, Casillas. Wow. Cech was part of that English Premier League team now, a conceded. Was it the least number of goals? 2015. And I can't Ancelotti, right? 15 number of goals the whole season. So he puts Cech top 3 no, it's already. It is a top 3 like Casillas, Neuer, and Cech. Neuer be the 3rd, no? But the 3rd never man Neuer.
Na second I
Naka Casillas any Cech. Cech on the second is my manifest on because of Chelsea media.
Now all the first now I kick
Casillas undoubted.
I see.
Undoubted, undisputed of all the goalkeepers in recent times. I think they
kick Casillas.
Hey, now Courtois Antonio Boasi.
Okay.
You see, this is in Ballon d'Or no. In Kieka top 5 na nye play na the last time Courtois should have been in there or a top goalkeeper. But only compare greats where they are missing on to the
Now to the Champions League.
Maybe Casillas, Peter Cech, Manuel Neuer, Buffon, and then Thibaut Courtois in that order as my top goalkeepers now in recent years. Match day 2, I mean second day, match day 1 of the Champions League Barcelona across 6 different centers. And say, oh, that's sorry now who said now about 6 games, but and next Thursday, so your Champions League matches, it is because of the league phase. Say now Richard will catch on. So, say that they be we are matching with into star 281 hash. Emma Refi, Falfono, star 281 hash. Share from option, no, name me a number of tickets at Obese. It's the first one. Say open football practice. Not the art of moving players on the field of play. I am not sure, say, Enra, you found the Man City versus Inter game not boring. It was not. There was no way that game was boring. Which, now you see the clash of 2 ideologies of the game. Only positional play, no. But one of them, I am much more vested in the positional ability of players without the ball. Whilst the other person, Pep Guardiola, Emily say, you better manipulate opponents. See, there is a popular Pep Guardiola quote talker say, we don't move the ball to move the ball. We don't pass the ball to move. but we pass the ball to move the opponent. And in today, we are on your ball now. Young passing ball, short passes, intricate passes, close proximity passes with each other. So they may move the opponent out of their block, out of their positions. Then we can exploit the spaces that it comes with. And yesterday, it was a clinic from both managers. Now, if you go back and you listen to Pep Guardiola after the match, or say, Nania Japan on the team, because Inter are very stubborn, and we knew that they were going to face the problems that they were going to get in Samachi. See, if you go in there, if you listen to account Klanoglu, or say our plan was to show that we are not scared to play here. So maybe I can't Italy for teams. They run on the ball. First thing that comes into mind is the Italian Catanaccio, the defensive solidity. No? But in build-up, Inter never went wrong. It was always about the short, intricate passes. Now, the mobility of the players, who said Mikacho said, in the recent game, ball not only about the positions of players, but the roles of players. Utinu, Mathieu, Damien, Elbas, and wing back. But he's receiving the ball centrally. Nicolo Barella, ACM. No, I'm not trying to pick a ball from Daniela Achebi just to play the ball forward. Using players like Augusto to dominate play in the middle of the park. And of course, having Thuram, any Mediterranean up front. Inter really showed, said they had gotten there. Say, we have more evidence, especially from the empirical point of view. You go to the data after the game. Your ball match, 0 for Man City, 0 for Inter Milan. XG 2.27 for Man City, XG 0.53 for Inter. Man City about 22 shots. 22 shots. Inter about 13 shots. 22 shots now Man City bueno. Just 5 of them were on target. And then Inter 13 of bueno. 4 on target. Man City has 60% ball possession. And then possession for Inter just 40%. Clearly, it tells you say it was attack versus defense. But how did Inter defend? Yes, your team may be almost sitting back, just for sitting back sake against Man City. But it's always difficult. Who pressing a 1v1 so then he will go wrong to Erling Haaland and then go and battle you 1v1 because man for man press no. It's about the qualities of the player against the other. And Inter for building up, it was very fluid. And I think yesterday, I came to reiterate as a man can several times to say, yeah, top managers, the category A, class 1 for now, you have to mention Simeone Inzaghi. The innovations in build-up. Now, only next year 5, no. So, Obi more positional players also break you down. One of the key things that they do, the outside CM runs, no, between the outside CV and the fullback. So, you can see Oscar Bob here. So, already between Bastoni and Barella on the other side, but still, there are 2 men, 2 centre backs occupying Erling Haaland. It is almost across the bar. They have the man to do it. Once that is done, there are 2 players also in the middle of the park to deal with that. First phase in the press. Oh, bypass the first phase now. Then they sit in the 4-4-2 mid block. Once you bypass that, they go back into a 5-3-2 in the middle of the park. Have more numbers like this in Barella, Klanoglu, or Fiifi-Manfred. Then also they can defend the box and right there. It was an excellent clinic of a 5-3-2 versus a 4-3-3 or the 3-1-6 shape in possession for Man City. Who's the City now on a 3 no, I mean, the control game, that is Rodri. Then he pushes Luis in between the lines, then forces you to stretch you, using Salvino, any of that Jack Grealish, then they can dominate the play with Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, popping up in various spaces. I think it was an excellent tactical game.
I know a game now, almost upon them, yeah,
never.
Now I will send a 20 minutes be. I was about count. Two coaches, which I say. Especially Simeone.
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
Excellent job.
Simeone,
Mamma mia.
He has gotten.
They also so keep pressure. Yeah. Making sure so always about capacity for an end all to them. It's very good about hold that play. Anytime you know there. I think that the only thing that I'm the pace on the wings. From last season, I'm
more pace no using Federico Di Marco. But Di Marco Mobi and started game now. It was Matteo Damian and Augusto and then wing backs on.
And now Damian's chance not said.
Exactly. But only your natural weight givers, only your natural runners and committing their capacity. One thing also, it was the one also be taking attention to it. Pep teams need a very good in the tactical fouls. No? And yesterday, anytime an interview break, they don't get yellow cards for it. But they seem to be very good in the tactical fouls, and it was a very, very good one. And Pep's in an energy game. I think so. Obi or share match Nibiano. Yes,
it was a tactical game.
Go for Sika said it, but it was an excellent game to watch. I said.
Another at the point, commentator and so said, "On you said by now, English teams name acquire Inter first to defend Man City, and also defend the against City. Say there's all boy." Simeone Inzaghi, top notch.
Even see, me say Uzemikacho say, oh, press Man City 1v1 heading. Now there is the second phase in City's attack. Maybe Kevin De Bruyne. Augusto na press Kevin De Bruyne 1v1. Then look at the middle. Bastoni Achebi consistently no rotating with Haaland. We corner so Branu Ejemu. Achebi Branu Ejema Haaland. But Bastoni Jema no Ejema, and it was an excellent game of a lot of rotations. Nothing rigid. Yes, structural rigidity. And after the game, no, Achebi call and don't know the matter. Small boy, who had Jeresa. I say, open the jerseys need two.
Okay.
On Kenyan sending no crowd. See, two. On court dressing going back on count from now. Haaland is three sides. So yesterday, it was a very, very, very good game. Rich, now, in saying this, I have a question to Wulu Tifo. In the morning times, you say me time, coaches are not bottling back on the pile. It started with Antonio Conte. Luis tried when English Premier League Anfa. Once that really worked, Antonio Conte began the onslaught. Then in Chelsea 2021-2022, Thomas Tuchel like Aquaje title 2020-2021. Also more a semblance of that three back. Or considering just 6 goals and reach that Champions League final. Thomas Tuchel with Chelsea. Then there is now Simeone Inzaghi. It's a three back. One had a master brain. Conte is back in the Italian Serie A. Tuchel in Ejuma. But you see a three back, who is the boss? Is it Inzaghi? Made a major to now. Inzaghi is part of the top boys. But three back like Asamoah and San Misrao, who tell me a dream home? Who is your best three back?
Also then to games to have. And that time then so called.
Exactly.
So Jens Klippy. Games you know. That young fine the games you know. Then interesting games to Opana.
Just come in and I want to know who's your best three back manager. See, and the number 2 on the English Premier League table, no, Eko Bergamo, and they are going to meet another tactical brain in Gianpiero Gasperini. For Gasperini, essentially about their Italy for England on a normal day. And when you're clear with his ideas, he will press you 1v1 all over the pitch. And so be aware if you go back and watch the Super Cup. It was very difficult until Ancelotti's smart in-game management bailed Real Madrid out of it. If Arsenal are going away to Bergamo, a difficult game. Now tell Mikel Arteta, or see we go to a place you hadn't been for 16 or 18 years, talking about last season Champions League round no, it is going to be a tough one. But this season, Atlanta starting here. Inter are show me 4 goals to 0. Almost struggle in recent games, and they are going to play against a team that can defend as much as Inter can defend. Watch the Mikel Arteta teams this season are very solid, very resolute at the back. Who pressing 1v1, and they always find a +1 in attack and defense. But there's going to be a certain Ademola Lookman who is in excellent form, going to play against him. Your friend Aston Martin Odegaard still and retaining here. You expect for Atalanta is a 3-back of him. Said Kolasinac, Martin Deroon, Belanova, Christian Pasalic, Ederson, Ruggeri, Charles de Catalare, Lukman, and Retegui, Ebelidi lines. But then, of course, on the other side for Arsenal, the regular guys, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Declan Rice, Chaucer, Thomas Partey, Martinelli, Havertz, and Abrante Ferro, Bukayo Saka will lead the lines. A tough game, but I think the Arsenal have an edge. Another excellent gamer, and that's Rebecca so over the Chivas Metropolitano. Atletico de Madrid versus, of course, RB Leipzig. I think it's a Leipzig for them. Stubborn. But Atletico de Madrid have been a very, very good side in recent times with Conor Gallagher more popping up. And this year, at the for now they sit back with Koke and Rodrigo de Paul. right in front of the two centre backs now. Some about Echemiensa, will Norman Jimenez, any Cesar Spiliqueta. Then Conor Gallagher, image him as a 10, but not a 10. Or exert a lot of force without the ball to go and win the ball, turn it over and create a lot of chances against Tima. Your friend IBG likes it. But you should be careful because Loic Openda, one of the anytime goal scorers in the net. He scores a lot of the times in Champions League opening games in the net or call away at the Chivas Metropolitano. See, the only two things that ain't too good about Barcelona are the injuries that have hit them. And I don't know why. You said Daniel Muno type pre-pra, but nobody expected him to get injured this early in his Barca days. And now with Hansi Flicker, or say the story of Femi Lopez also saddens him because boy no a lot of games over the summer. Esan Koni Spain and a 21 coach Nekasa on Nankasa, and he takes responsibility for that. Hansi Flick said we can win the ball. Said Barca, it beats me. How much in the Champions League?
Why invite pressure more? No one anything.
Aston Villa crab it me aje. Obiya bet me aje. Nyaka ni ejuma. So we kasa.
Okay.
So I say can and a possibility. And you can win the Champions. That's me requirement here. I can do a lot of things.
But me say be I invite pressure more. No coach no ne team no. Because Bianca, the ordinary Barcelona fan are old team show in so. Barca team Hansi Flick by we are doing well. Yeah. But if you say a two LCA Becca say, yeah, be man pressure on the Champions League. On the La Liga, I didn't think you could low key. But so why coach now could tell him because some team now, I think I can. So I can win the Champions League.
On person Oberman external pressure or internal pressure and we're regulating area. Because they've proven it. In the first 5 games of La Liga, 15 points, perfect record. I know it's a different competition, but let's go to Real Madrid and they've shown say they can get a job done. Now, you ask yourself questions with injuries now, Bano. Send Abasa Ebe line up in a Balde, Eligo Martinez, Pau Kubasi, Jose Koundé, Casado, Pedri, Eric Garcia, possibly to start today, Rafinha, Lewandowski, any Abante Fel Lamine Yamal because of the injury of Dani Olmo. So it means he said, usually near who's a Barca Eba. We have the diamond shape of Fiifi-Manfred. We have 3 in the middle of the park in this area now. Now, Unya Casado, then maybe Olmo or Pedri will drop next to him. Now, we have Eric Garcia or Christensen, whoever starts next to Casado, to play as the double pivot with Abante Fene Casado. Then Pedri will be the creative out. But on this side, you know, Alejandro Balde will come inside into the house space and keep the weight. Senegal Abante Fene Rafinha will come right into the house space. Robert Lewandowski, any Abante Fene Lamine Yamal. Heaven's Gate. I say, as a Barca fan, match a handicap. Also, I bet Monaco 1-0. No matter Bonetti 2-0.
Handicap.
Handicap. So we don't try bet. Handicap. Handicap makes you say. Me match 3 minutes about Kogumechi. Me handicap. To check Barca 1 goal.
Okay.
No.
Salisu didn't team no.
Or come or check Monaco. I am Salisu team. Salisu. Salisu make a care about for.
I haven't get the car.
I also want to check Monaco 1 goal.
But Sadikiti has some will be done power.
As always, I know Mutipano no Barca. Or check Monaco 1 goal. Or Savachi. So that is the last match I had.
I can any prediction. Starting from the first match, Benfica game dinner. You from now from now. Ayalamra.
Benfica kwa away to Czech Republic. And I check for nature and say, I want to buy a Bewajosa. They made it very difficult for Salzburg. But I think that this is a game that's going to be Benfica double chance away.
Benfica double chance away.
Yeah, double chance away.
Feyenoord Leverkusen.
Leverkusen will draw on over 1.5.
Leverkusen will draw and over 1.5.
Yeah, Leverkusen will draw on over 1.5.
Atlanta Arsenal.
Arsenal win away to Atlanta.
Atletico Leipzig.
Atletico win against Leipzig.
Brest Stormgrass.
Over 0.5.
Over 0.5.
Yeah.
Monaco Barcelona.
Handicap Barca win.
Handicap